All right, new week, new heat. You're rocking with Big Ken, Trisha Michelle, and Benji Banks, and we are the Fiyah Session. Y'all, let's light this thing up. Let's get this thing going.
We back. We are back, y'all. I know y'all missed it.
We in there. That's what's up with it. We in there.
Facts. So we got a lot to discuss this week. Of course, we are back. Back from our break. Hot topics are back. Football is back.
Yeah.
My hairline is not back.
Oh my gosh. Why are you bald head? All these bald heads.
As you can see. But we got a lot to discuss. So that's besides the point. We don't even worry about that. We just gonna move right along from that. Because my hairline ain't coming back and I ain't getting no man piece, man wig, man unit, none of that stuff. Your boy gonna keep it authentic and bald-headed action.
I got a bald head.
Get the man unit.
Nah, man, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna mess with that. That's not for me.
He'll do it as soon as you hit 7 foot.
Ooh.
I read that yesterday.
What?
Lies don't care who tell them.
Clearly.
All right. And we also gonna, talk about some things during the show. We have an interesting new segment that we call Would You Rather. And that's gonna be interesting. And each episode we do with the Would You Rather, I promise you don't want to miss it because it's gonna be some stuff in there that we're gonna talk about that you're gonna probably disagree with or maybe agree with. But that's why we want you all to, hit the comments, let us know what you're thinking, because it's gonna be some some serious conversations going on, especially in the comments, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm worried.
Yeah, you should be. You should be.
Lord.
All right. So y'all, this is episode 200. This is a big episode for us. We put in a lot of work. Episode 200 is not taken lightly by any stretch of the imagination. For some, 200 might not be much, but for us, 200 has been a grind. This is 5 years. We've been doing the show, many changes, many ups, many downs, but we here and we still bringing you quality content and fun stuff to talk about, man. Because we really love this. We really enjoy this show, and we do it for you for sure.
Nice.
But before we get too far gone, since we've been on break, we got to get caught up. So, Trisha Michelle, talk to us. How you doing? What's been going on? What's been going on in your world?
Man,
First of all, leave my forehead alone. Here we go. You know what? I at this point, I should have a nice fan base against your forehead comments.
It was him. Let's get him, fellas.
So I'm gonna let them handle you as they should. I'm gonna just let you just get ate up by social media itself.
Man, social media folks don't bother me. They get flicked off,
Mm-hmm. They're gonna come for you. I hope so. Y'all tear them apart. Not too much though. We don't. Yeah, because y'all do too much. Other people accounts, I done heard people be doing death threats. Don't do that stuff. Now, didn't nobody say that.
Send them my way. Most of them might need man units, and some of them might need their braid, their hair done. So I got them.
I'm not gonna send them your way if they need their hair done. They're gonna come to me.
Thanks.
Anywho, man, it's been a long summer for me. Shoot, a lot has occurred. I could definitely say that. If y'all have watched the show or paid attention to me or social media, I was taking care of my mom. She was battling cancer. She passed away this summer. We had her celebration of life throughout the summer. I had Benji come through and bless us with beautiful words, and I'm thankful for that. So I appreciate you. I mean, I've already told you, gave you your flowers, but at the same time, still, I'm thankful. So it's just navigating that. You lose a parent. That is way different than anything. Friend, grandparent, unless that grandparent took care of you and that person raised you, like, it's still different. I lost my uncle, I lost my grandma, but mom was different. You get one of those, and that was gone. So I just got my dad, which I'm thankful for, and I'm taking care of him, and I'm navigating just the newness of it all. So my summer was the most unexpected summer ever. But outside of that, I'm okay as a person can be. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm over here building homes and doing all this other junk as if life itself is just amazing. But at the same time, navigating it, I would like to say emotionally and mentally, I'm doing okay. I think the smartest thing I did was, we talked mental health, is without knowing. So maybe God sent me there. Was I went to therapy just to go to see if I was not navigating, like, probably like premature grief before, like losing the person they were, because my mom like changed dramatically with her health when she's battling cancer. Fuck cancer, by the way, excuse me. But I went and I was fine, but I went through a lot of stuff like that. I had to teach you how to navigate grief, how to recognize depression, how to get out of it, all these different things, not knowing what I was about to go through literally a few weeks later. So I guess, God works in mysterious ways. So I went through that to try to make sure I'm okay. And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And then that happens. So, anywho, that's my long, extended version of what happened during my summer. Outside of that, lots of cool times. My family and friends came through like crazy when it happened. So I'm thankful for you guys, y'all, definitely, and all my other friends and family members that just been showering me with life and love. And that's all. That's what my summer been full of. My summer been full of real people that's really shown up, and I'm happy for that. Yeah, that's me. So hi guys.
Yeah.
Oh, and I burned myself.
Of course, injuries. If you watch the show, Trish Michelle got a new injury. It seems like every week
Yeah.
she's doing something. So I don't know if you all remember back in the day. This is gonna date me and date us. But there was a guy named Super Dave Osborne, who used to
Mhm.
do a bunch of tricks and stunts. Trish Michelle is the little Super Davis because she has new injury every week. So, but yeah, we're definitely glad that you're back and you're in a good emotional state. You're the new you.
Yeah.
I still have both of my parents, but my best friends have lost their parents, and they just talk about how you'll never, sometimes people say, well, I'm trying to get back to myself. You'll never be that self again because that
Yeah.
self had a parent. You know what I'm saying? Or that self had parents. So you just have to learn how to navigate the newness of your life at this point. And we're glad that you have a great support system around you that was able to, to back you up during that time. And we always here with you too. So yeah, it's all love, and we're happy to have you back in the fold for
Yes.
another season.
Yeah, forehead rolling with us.
Y'all
Yeah,
family. That's what it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'll say this too. For some people who don't know the history, Trish Michelle didn't start the show with us. We actually interviewed her on the episode,
And we
and
just ran it like
yeah,
last
yeah,
week.
yeah, and the vibes were so dope. We were like, we need to make this a permanent thing. And Benji reached out to her, and she was, happy to oblige us, and she joined the crew, and we've been rocking ever since, like 3 years now. So,
Yeah.
shout out to her, and we appreciate her definitely because her
Right.
input and her energy is definitely needed on this show. Because other than that, we just have two knuckleheads talking to each other,
We be
and
clowning.
we need that energy. We need that
Oh
energy.
yeah. I mean, I appreciate the breaks, but like when we come back, it's like life is back to normal. Like it's like, okay, there we go. Like, and it always that first episode back when I'm done, like I just feel like full of life. When I exit and I log off and I walk away and I'm like, that was fun. Cause that's back to what we do.
Right.
Yeah. Facts. Well, I said we're excited for this episode 200 and moving forward to this new season. And Benji Banks, the man, the brand, This guy right here is a character. Talk to us, man. What you been up to, man?
Man,
I'm scared.
man, it's been interesting because a lot of doors have opened, and I'm grateful for that. But I think one of the most interesting things is when like your sister's hurting. You get what I'm saying? Like you feel that, and I've never seen Patricia emotional, so being in that space was like, yeah. But to see her support system there and to be able to actually kind of give and lend some support was actually kind of a great thing for the summer. You get what I'm saying? Because y'all know my story. I've been through that space. I've been through that phase. So it's like God has me back in this space where that's what I've been doing, like encouraging people and being in that space and being in the new spaces that I'm in now. Like it's like every new space is just new. You're meeting new people, but you're encouraging them, and I'm grateful for that because I honestly I really don't have nothing to complain about, and that's like a blessing. Life will do its thing. You get what I'm saying? Like we can't. Somebody said to me a couple weeks ago, one of my sisters who moved back from Vegas to back out here, she came to visit me, and she said, "Long if you keep living, you'll start noticing that your elders will start passing." You know what I mean? And that's just a sign of life. If we're just being honest, the longer you live, the more the more you start to see your elders pass. And so her mom had passed, and it was just beautiful to me. I'm grateful that I'm in a space to where I can encourage others with, even though I've been through. So I'm grateful for that, man. And it was a blessing, man, to just be able to go and support. And like I said, man, I have no complaints. Like I wouldn't complain anyway, but I'm just like a go-getter type of cat. You get what I'm saying? Like I bring myself out of funks when something new comes and I get to work it out and fix it and do this. I kind of lock in, kind of like that. And that's the kind of cat I am. But man, I'm just grateful, man. Like I literally have nothing to complain about. And I think my daughter is about to have another baby.
What do
She
you
ain't
mean?
told me yet, but she waddling around, and I'm like,
Maybe.
so, so I'm, okay. I, I
Oh,
look.
Lord.
I
Don't
had a
say it to her. Don't say it to her, please.
nah. Listen, sometimes I can be blunt. Sometimes I can be too blunt. So I told my wife. I looked at my wife. This was like probably like 2 months or so ago, and I was like, "Babe, I think Angel pregnant." She was like, "No way, no, she not." So she came in today. While I'm in the shop, she walked through, and the belly looking a little big. I'm like, oh, I'm like, when you gonna tell me what's up? You get what I'm saying? So I might be expecting another grandbaby soon, but we'll see. We'll let her process and
I'm not going to say congrats in case that's not what the problem is. So I'm going to wait for that announcement.
Oh man.
You are wild. I swear.
oh, so I'm just saying, Patricia, she lived, you know what I'm saying? Your kids start to have kids and stuff like that. So I mean,
That's true, but I'll waddle, and it might be because I ate too much all weekend. I'll waddle, and it's because I was in the gym or or whatever. But dang, but I mean, if you say the belly could be getting bigger because she might be going through her big back phase. She might be getting ready for winter.
I mean, I mean,
But I'll wait for the announcement. You wait for the announcement too, please. Like,
Yeah.
do not ask her. I mean, as a dad, you could ask because I remember when my dad did tell me that he knew what he knew. He was like, "You walking around here and sleeping around and like around the house like you pregnant," and I was like, but I didn't know yet. So then that was like, I do sleep a lot. So then I went to go find out, and I was. So, but I don't think you want to say it the way you just said it to us. I don't think you want to deliver it that way. about her waddle and the belly growing.
Listen, I just told my wife, I look, that, daddies have their instincts. You get what I'm saying? I know, mamas, but, pops just be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And, that's my baby, but still, if you're waddling a little bit, I got questions. Like, you start the process, you know what I'm saying? Girl, you're getting big. Like, what's going on? But, we'll let it play out.
Really happy and having a hot girl summer, and that's why she waddling.
I mean, shoot, get it out the way right now when you're in your 20s. So when you hit your 30s and your 40s, like I did, you know what I'm saying? They grown and they gone. So, you know what I'm saying? They can do whatever they want to do.
Mm. Well, you'll
Right.
find out soon enough. Time will tell. We'll revisit this.
Yeah, definitely. We gonna definitely revisit that. That's pretty doggone funny. That's pretty doggone funny, man. Because yeah, when your daughter sees this episode, she might not be too happy about that.
Facts.
Dude,
I can't wait.
it depends on if it's true or not, though.
Yeah, but it could be true, and she might be mad because you put her business down the street.
True. And she might
Yeah, I mean,
be feeling a little conscious, insecure. Pregnancy do a lot to your emotions and whatnot. And then she'd be like, dang, so I was already big as the house at the beginning. So I'm definitely big as the trailer today. Like, I don't, you don't know what this is gonna do there.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, sometimes pops can be a little blunt, sometimes, but yeah, it
yeah,
happens. I,
she
I
knows her
work,
dad.
I'm entering my grandpa stage, so I gotta be, you know what I'm saying, a little, I gotta, life changes us, right? You get what I'm saying? So, gotta enter my nice grandpa stage, you get what I'm saying? So
Well, I ain't there yet, so hopefully one day, but not soon. I ain't rushing it. You know what I'm saying? In due time. But yeah, no, it's a dope thing. Some of my partners, are grandfathers now. So I see the joy that it brings them, and of course, you want to see a little part of you, running around just as you saw with your kids. To see your grandkids, that's still a little part of you, part of your legacy. So I think that's dope. I think it's dope, man. But we will see. We will see if that is confirmed. So, grandchild number 2.
Yeah.
All right. But
another car seat?
yeah. Yeah, another car seat. Yeah. Trust me, my boys are 3 years apart. So yeah, we had booster seat and car seat. So yeah, that's fun times. Fun times. All right. Well, for me, man, the break over the summer per se, man, it's been an adventure. I went to Vegas, man. I went to Vegas for a week. Vegas is somewhere where I really have a good time. This time I made it a point to go outside of the normal parameters of, what I'm saying, the everything everybody else does, right? On the strip, what I'm saying, in those areas. Like I really went out into Vegas and around the outskirts and visited some restaurants and shout out to Keith Lee. He's from that area and he has this list of restaurants that he has talked about in that area. So pulled that list up, went to some of those spots, man, and they were really good, man. Like I said, Vegas was 10 for 10. You know what I'm saying? Like everywhere I went was a winner. But I'll say this, and I know some people might disagree with me, especially if you're in Vegas or from the Vegas area, you're familiar with it. There's a place called Brooklyn's Best Pizza. Some people might not know it. Some people might be familiar with it. I'm a pizza guy, right? I like pizza, but I like certain type of pizza. And if you've been to New York before, when you go to places like New York and you get yourself a slice from a good place, pizza never tastes the same. You can go anywhere else. I don't care where you eat a pizza, Domino's, Pizza Hut, or anything. It don't taste the same. It's just a different level of pizza in New York that is unachievable elsewhere, obviously. So, but this place, Brooklyn's Best, went in there, met the owner, of course, talked to him, and he's from Brooklyn. So, the food was amazing. Food
All
was
right.
dope. Food's really good. So so if you're in Vegas and you like pizza and you like Italian foods and pastas, like holla at your boy and I'll get you the information because that place, it has 2 locations. I don't know about the location closer to the strip, but this location, like a little bit further out, it was very dope. Seating, the people there, the staff, everybody was great. So, and of course, I went and had some great soul food at a couple of places. So, so if you ever headed to Vegas, holla at your boy. I know I'm not the Vegas expert, but I know a couple of spots that get you right.
Did you go to Hash House a Go Go?
Nah, Hash House is something that I've previewed a lot because we actually had a location here in the Dallas area for many years before they closed down during the pandemic. So Hash House was actually the first place that I went when I went to Vegas. Probably 2015 was the first time I went to Vegas as an adult, and it's the first place I went. So Hash House is always, dope, and they have large, super large portions.
Man.
Um, like the food there is good, but it's like they give you so freaking much food, and at this point in my life, I can't even lie, like I can't eat that much no more. So it's kind of a waste of money for me
Yeah.
to go to places like that serve super large portions, especially if I'm out visiting somewhere like that. Now, if I'm at home where I can take a to-go plate, put it in the refrigerator, eat it a couple days, something like that, maybe. But if I'm out like that and I'm, out, vacationing, I don't really want to be toting around all this
Right.
to-go food and stuff. So,
Yeah,
so
last time
yeah,
I went there, we basically shared an order. 2 people, it didn't make no sense for each person to order their own unless they was on that type of time and that hungry. Like you said, outside of that, we shared. It was too much food.
yeah. So that place is pretty good. But like I said,
Yeah.
of course I rented a car and drove around, man, and had a really good time, man. I had my Meta Facebook glasses,
Oh yeah.
and so I was able to capture a lot of video, a lot of pictures, a lot of crooked knees and ashy ankles that I was able to take pictures of. And yeah, had a really good time, man. So shout out to the people in Vegas, man. They showed your boy some love. And then other than that, man, just been trying to get back on my healthy journey because when I came back from Vegas, of course, I had the detox from all that food. So what I
Mhm.
started doing is I got back into my intermittent fasting, and I do 16/8, and I've been doing 16/8 for 58 days now. So I'll
Great.
share with people the intermittent fasting is not easy at first, but once you do it, it's like once you get past like the 30-day mark, it's
Yeah.
so simple. I can
Yeah.
go 16, 18. I went 2 days without eating.
I about to say I seen you post something crazy, and I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
went 2 days
oh
without
no,
eating. And
oh no.
it was easy, like just water. It was easy.
Yeah.
So like I have friends of mine who have done a week. So it sounded crazy to me, but now that I've done 2 days, it's like it's kind of like you want to do more. It's like I did 2 days. Now can I do 3?
Try a
Can
few more. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a competitor. So it's like, yeah, I want to challenge myself to see if I can do more. And the first thing people ask is how much weight have you lost? And I try not to focus on that because with intermittent fasting, sometimes, and if you're still working out and lifting, it's not about the weight. It's about looking in the mirror and seeing your body
Yeah.
change. And I've definitely seen my body change. But
You say
yeah,
you in the gym. You reminded me that I've been in the gym. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
that's what else I've been doing this summer.
Trisha Michelle, I see you post. I see you putting in the work in the gym, and stuff like that is influential, right? When
Right.
you see your people putting in that work, and it's like you doing something, and you're walking, and you're doing a little bit of work. It's like, oh
Yeah.
man, they doing it big. Let me hop on that train. Let me do that too. So that's very influential. So yeah, I've definitely been seeing that. Shout out to you for putting in that work because you be working hard. I seen the videos.
Yeah.
Man, the lady that what? Yeah, Monday talking about this Monday. I'm going like she tried to kill us because I like to. So I go in there and I do our own little thing. And I say that because I got my friend with me, Tiana. She's with me when we go to the gym because our daughters go to the same school. So we do what we do in the morning, and we hit the gym real quick. So we'll either do some just our own little sets and reps going around, but then there's this class that's called Body Pump at EOS, however the heck you say it, I don't know. But it's literally a full body, like high rep, like workout, and it really have you. And I got stairs in my house sitting here struggling, but the best thing at EOS is that they have like the leg compression sleeves to put on afterwards. The recovery process afterwards, if you go through it properly after you work out, you don't feel none of that. And so thank goodness they have that. But
It's the Norma Tech leg
yeah,
for your
yeah. And it's so, but we've been working out, and I've actually been in the gym for definitely almost 2 months now. So, and like you said, weight wise, it was like I dropped some pounds, and then, but I'm now I can see the changes, but then the weight went back, and I'm like, okay, that's got to be turning things into muscle, whatever.
Yep.
But so typically, you don't want to really rely too much on stepping on the scale, especially if you're focus is seeing results. Like you want to be smaller, look this way, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm back in the gym. What I'm looking for, I don't know, but hey, be healthier and to not feel like I'm about to fall out when I do go up and down these stairs.
Yeah. You doing a good work though, because I laugh all the time and tell people, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. We see too many videos of people that's 30, 35 plus running and falling, can't, the hip flexor saying, nah, bro, we done, and just laying it down. And that's because you haven't run, you haven't jogged, you haven't done anything in decades. And then a dog gets after you, then it's done because you can't get away from the dog because your hip flexor is like, nah.
Oh, everything tight and stiff. Don't work. Muscles ain't working. You toe up.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, but fitness journey is very telling for a lot of people, because
Yeah.
some people can't do it. Some people try to start multiple times and can't. But once you get into it and you get on a good roll, like it's simple. It's simple to keep going, but you have to be aware that you can't stop. Right? Like people be like, I'm gonna take a break for a little while. No, don't do that. That's probably the worst thing you can do. Is just
It's
continue to
hard.
do it. If you
Yeah.
want to cut back some, but don't stop.
keep it going, work out. Good for your
Yep.
blood too. Keep it up.
Yep. And
Yeah.
speaking of people that's in great shape, man, football season is back, y'all. Like
Yes.
I can't tell you how excited this time of year makes me, because I'm a football person. That means high school. I don't care. Sometimes I could be driving down the street and I see some little fellows, the little league football,
No,
youth
look,
football out
dude.
there, and I pull over and look and stand at the fence and watch them play, because I love the game that much. So we got football every day. So you got junior high and high schools you got junior highs that play Monday, Tuesday. You got Monday night football. You got Thursday night football in the NFL. You got some high schools that play on Thursday nights. You got some colleges that play on Thursday nights. Then Friday nights, football, high school football. And then you got Saturday, of course, college football. And Sundays, professional football. Football every freaking day.
Every day, all day.
Hey, I'm excited. Welcome back.
Welcome, yes, welcome back. Welcome back. Gotta have football because, for one, it was kind of boring for a couple months. There wasn't nothing really on TV.
Well, I watch other sports. So
I
if
mean,
it
I
ain't
watched.
baseball, it's basketball, it's WNBA, it's the big three, it's whatever. It's some college basketball. So I'm kind of watching a little bit of everything still. So I'm always watching. They just there's a point where they all cross.
Right.
Like possibly right now, I think. No, not yet. Basketball ain't up. But where they all going on and those days be long because I'm
Yeah.
watching everything.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And
Mario Chalmers just hit the game-winning three to win the Big Three championship. So,
Yeah, I just watched that the other day. Yep.
yeah,
you know what
and
I'm
that's
saying?
what I was gonna mention too. You brought up the big three. It's I think the big three is way better than people figured it would be,
Yeah.
because it became something that everybody was talking about. A lot of people, when they came to Dallas, they were like, "Man, I'm going to the big three game." I'm like, "Really?" Like, it was a really big deal. So shout out to Cube, man. I'm glad that everything turned out the way it did and is growing, and it's a big deal, man, for real.
Yeah, my boyfriend, his son, his mom took him to one of the big three recently, and he won the shooting competition.
Okay.
So he was hyped. But I was like, the big three really, like, the kids is knowing about it. Like, it's doing its thing.
Right.
Yeah, my daughter went to a game and she really loved it. Like she came back, she was like, "Dad, I love the Big Three game. I had a great time. Like it was entertaining." And I'm like,
Yeah.
my daughter plays basketball, but she's not the biggest basketball person. So the fact that she was so excited when she came home, that said a lot to me about her experience there. And then other people told me about it as well. So I said next year when they come to Dallas next year, I'm gonna get tickets for sure. Yeah, I'm happy for Cube, man, and I'm happy for the guys that play because
Yeah.
some of those guys, quite honestly, could still play in the league, but we know it's political. We know it's other things
Hmm.
going on that keep them from
Yeah.
playing in the league right now. But at
Oh
least that
yeah.
gives them another place to show their talents and get a paycheck for sure.
Right.
With football though, being back, we got some big games coming up. These TV stations, they ain't no fools. They know to start off with a bang. So with college, they're starting off with University of Texas versus Ohio State, man. So that's gonna be a huge game to start the season with because those
Major.
might be the top teams in college football at the end of the year.
I don't know about OSU though. They lost a lot. Uh, I mean, they lost their coordinator. They lost their starting quarterback. They lost really good receiver in Igboku, who's now with Tampa Bay. They lost one of their running backs. I don't know. OSU was a beast last year, and I'm wondering if they're going to be the same OSU this year. And I got a feeling Texas probably going to run away with this game in the first game. I got a strange feeling that they're going to run away with the first game because OSU got a bunch of newness coming in. It ain't the same team, you know what I'm saying, from last year. So, but nevertheless, let's run it so we can see what your boy Arch Manning look like.
Yeah, I think OSU is gonna be okay. They're never not okay. Put it that
Right.
way, right?
Yeah.
They're always gonna retool and get back. But I ain't gonna lie to you. UT. I'm from Texas, so UT is one of my teams. But they are freaking
Loaded.
Yeah.
loaded with talent, and their defense is probably the best in the nation. So I think that defense is going to be a big difference maker in their game because, of course, Manning is the person who everybody wants to see what he's going to do and how he's going to fare with that offense this year. But I think that defense is going to be the difference maker in that team and how far they go, and and how easy these games will be because they're gonna blow a lot of teams out. I have a feeling. I have a feeling they're gonna blow a lot of teams out. But yeah, shout out to UT and shout out to Colin Simmons, man. Y'all will see why, man. Colin Simmons is a young fella that he comes from the Dallas Fort Worth area, one of the top college football players in the nation, and probably the best defensive end out there, arguably.
Mm.
And he's going into his sophomore year. He started a lot of games last year as a freshman. So yeah, that defense is stacking. They got Anthony Hill and a
Yeah.
number of other guys on that defense. So it's gonna be very interesting. I'm definitely gonna be tuned into that. And
Fact.
the NFL got to balance that out. But Trisha Michelle, what you think about that University of Texas and Ohio State game?
Oh, I'm stoked to watch it, first of all. But I can't say Benji raised some valid concerns, but I don't think Ohio's gonna be. It's not gonna be no blowout game for sure. But I got my bets on Texas. That's what I believe. Stacked out. I'm excited to see how the game gonna go. Excited to see the dogs on the field, and it's just gonna be a great game to watch. So I'm here for it. And of course, with the changes, you want to see how the changes play out in the game. So this would be a good tell all game to watch for sure.
Yeah,
Saturday.
it's definitely gonna put butts in the seats and people, in
Mhm.
front of the tube trying to watch it. So I'm looking forward to it. But the NFL is not gonna slouch. They got to start the season out with a bang. And what better, two teams to start the season out with than the Dallas Cowboys and the Philly Eagles, right? The rivalry, the mystique of these two teams. Now y'all know I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, but I'm honest. We ain't won a TT in a long time. But Jerry knows how to sell. And he
Yeah.
has sold the franchise and sold the idea of the Dallas Cowboys for many years, and he keeps selling it and it keeps working. And of course, Philly has been one of the top teams in the NFL and winning championships and things of that nature. So it's always going to be must-see TV. So I'm looking forward to see those games. And of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
Philly's returning most of their talent and most of their stuff. So it's more and more the same. But Dallas has had a lot of change, of course, at the
They
head
did.
coach, a lot of new players coming in. So it's gonna be interesting to see what we look like out there in that field, especially without Micah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
And has he gone anywhere yet?
don't play the first game, Ken? You think Michael gonna sit out?
they say that hopefully they get this thing done before the first game, but I don't know, man. It's looking pretty ugly.
But I was gonna say Jerry ain't been saying nothing good about it happening anytime soon. He don't care.
Well, I think Jerry has extended his offers, and I think he's put out what he feels is his best offer, and Micah's camp is still like nah. So I don't know. They're a stalemate right now. So we'll see.
I'm wondering because he's got one more year left on his deal, right? This year. Then of course the talk is that he can be franchised for 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
My thought process is I know NFL players you got to get your bag, you got to get your money, right? But if he comes out and he balls out and he plays on the contract he has this year, his money is going to go up like crazy next year. You get what I'm saying? And of course, with Jerry, he might try to franchise him. You get what I'm saying? Whatever. But he really is at a stalemate. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a clause in like NFL contracts where you can't sit out. If you sit out for like 6 games or something like that, you lose like your restricted free agency rights or something like that. So it's gonna be interesting. I don't think he's gonna sit out. I think he'll be there week 1.
Well, it's interesting. Go ahead, Trish Michelle.
I feel like last season he had a little stuff he was saying here and there. I can't, give y'all back any, but he definitely was saying some little things. He's not happy where he's at for sure. So I think a part of him wants the money, but at the same time, he's not too mad to leave either. Depending on where and who's gonna pay. I don't think it's the Cowboys' best interest to lose him at all.
Unless you pull Herschel Walker type deal for him, right?
Well, I mean, speaking of that, we're gonna get into that when we talk about this documentary that's out there on Netflix.
Oh gosh.
Because it's interesting that this Micah thing is going on and the Netflix documentary comes out because part of the documentary talks about when Emmitt Smith held out. So this is eerily familiar with that situation. And like Benji mentioned, it could turn into a Herschel Walker type situation where Jerry just, tries to get something the most he can get for Micah. Because clearly, I'm just gonna say it. Micah is the Cowboys' best player, period.
Facts.
I don't care what nobody says. I don't care who's getting paid. I don't care what Dak did. Micah is the best player on the Dallas Cowboys roster, bar none.
That's fact.
So
I agree.
So for him not to be playing is a problem. And if you let him walk, you got to get something for him. You got to get something for him. So we're gonna see how this plays out. But this is the difference to me. Now I know a lot of people would question this because now is about entertainment and about the money. But it's like, dude, how can you stand by and watch your brothers go into battle and not be out there with them, right? As a competitor, as an athlete, like that would really bother me. And just by looking at Michael's body language on the sidelines, like it doesn't seem like it's bothering him at all. So he's just there, man. But Michael's a different guy. If you see him off the field and his Twitter and on all these streams and stuff like that he does on social media, he's a different cat. So
Ken is he not married or have a girl or anything like that?
No, man. No, he don't have none of that, man.
Yeah.
Micah reminds me of a football version of Kevin Durant a little bit.
I was just about to say that. Because you can't
that's a good comparison.
because you can't use the, you got a girlfriend, your family's here, and all of that type of stuff with him in negotiation, which Kevin Durant's never had that problem. So that's why he could go wherever he want to go, do what he want to do, because he's not tied to anything. So that's a thought, honestly, that came to my head, because Micah could be like, listen, I know I can get 150 million. I know I can get 210 million anywhere. It's just a matter of what you give up to get him and how that would deplete the team. But that would be interesting. But I doubt he's going anywhere. I think he's going to be there for week 1.
Okay. Well, we will see. We will report back to you on the
Oh
next
yeah.
episode for sure. But speaking of the Cowboys, the documentary, man, this documentary has been very, very interesting. A lot of people have this argument when they say Dallas Cowboys America's team, and they say, well, who made them America's team? So if you don't know and you're confused by that, look at this documentary. This documentary will tell you what made the Cowboys America's team and why they continue to be labeled that. Because if you go anywhere in the United States, really anywhere in the world, and you see NFL apparel, you won't see all teams, but you will see Dallas Cowboys apparel
Right.
every freaking where you go. I promise you. I promise you. And Jerry
Yeah,
made
that's for
Jerry
sure.
made sure of that. Jerry made sure of that.
They worth 10 billion. That ain't just in Texas. That's all. That's all.
His
Yeah.
ancestors owned a few plantations or something, because he definitely out here selling things and
Well,
buying.
it's interesting because the Netflix documentary, kind of spells out how he started, with the oil and how he struck oil. He has one really oil well that he hit big on, and that oil well has pretty brought him a substantial amount of money. I think like $100 million. That one oil well.
Crazy.
So so that's where the crux of his money came from at that point. And then he was able to buy the Dallas Cowboys back then. And you see throughout his conversation and the conversations about him and Jimmy and what happened with that situation, and the TV deals that he was able to put together for the Cowboys, but not only for the Cowboys, but for the NFL as a whole. So Jerry has changed the dynamics and the landscape of NFL football, period.
Right.
Some of these other, when people talk about the owners, different owners of different teams and how much money they make and how much money they're worth, nobody has done more than Jerry Jones.
I agree. And
And
that's why
ain't nobody else around longer than
As I started calling him this year, Gerald Wayne Jones. That's his government name. I'm gonna start calling. I ain't gonna keep calling Jerry. I'm gonna call him Gerald Wayne. His
Daryl
name is
Wayne.
Gerald Wayne Jones.
Hey,
Yeah.
man.
So
Doing it. I haven't watched it yet. I clicked it, and then I ADD or something. I started doing something else and forgot I turned it on. I was like, why did I do that? So I just turned it off.
I
But
think
I
I
gotta tune in.
think I think it's because you're an Eagles fan that you just slothful in watching
Probably.
it. I think that's the problem here.
I turned it on, and the eagle
I
in me
think that's the
said,
problem
what are
here.
we doing? Do we care? And I said, no, we don't.
Yeah, I think that's the problem here. And Benji's a 49ers guy. And like I said, I let Benji make it because my cousin is the linebackers coach for the 49ers. So I let him make it. But yeah. What the 49ers looking like, Benji? What the 49ers looking like this year?
Schedule's going to be cupcake this year. So I expect them to be competing with the Rams. And it depends on if Matthew Stafford is fully healthy. But I expect them to be in the NFC Championship game. Potentially going to the Super Bowl again. Simply because if you look at their schedule, and this is what the Niners do. They draft well, for one, but in those cake years, when they got New Orleans Saints and they play them two times a year, and they got the Titans on their schedule, and they kill. It's like they should get about 12, 13 wins again and be right there again. So I expect them to be in the NFC Championship game again, but of course that always depends on health, because it seems like everybody and their mama on the squad getting hurt. Ma let them It's every time you look up, somebody hurt. Trent Williams hurt. Christian McCaffrey got hurt last year, but they super dope that they got the running back from Washington for a 6th-round pick, which is amazing. Their starter from last year. Niners were able to get him for a 6th-round pick, so we'll see. But I expect them to be back in the fold and running for that Super Bowl again.
Now is McCaffrey back?
Yeah, he's already back, and you know how it is when he looks great in camp and stuff like that. But the idea I'm thinking is they don't want to. Why run him into the ground? So that's why they got the kid from Washington, which is crazy. They got him for a 6th-round. So
I don't think it's just not why run him into the ground. It's also they didn't really have an answer without him, like to be the next quote unquote Christian McCaffrey in that spot. So they needed somebody worthy enough to like be him when he ain't there. You know?
Well, they got bigger problems because now they got to fill that void that Debo leaves. So and that's why they need you can say whatever you want, Benji, but
so
just
Debo
from the outside looking in, Debo
he got traded, Patricia.
Yeah, Debo's in Washington.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So Debo did a lot in that offense, and they were able to move him around, and that creates a lot of matchup issues. So bringing in Robinson from Washington is going to help them because now that creates another, so if McCaffrey's healthy, McCaffrey's going to take more of that role that Debo had, so we're going to see, but McCaffrey is like, I say McCaffrey is that Marcus Camby type of guy. He got all the talent in the world, but can't stay healthy. Every time you look up, he's hurt.
True. That's very true. He got to stay healthy. But the whole squad is I'm following the training camp, and starting safeties out, starting wide receivers out, Brandon Ayuk, who else is it's just bananas. Ricky Pearsall at one point, the dude that got shot in the chest last year and lived and all of that type of stuff, he was out. It's just bananas. It's all over the place, but it's football, so you kind of expect that. So you want to see who goes out there and still balls out no matter what.
Preseason, I'm not even talking just football. I mean NFL. I'm talking even college. The injuries been a little. The injuries for NFL been a little crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the injuries across I think all sports. Because when you talk about Achilles injuries in football and basketball, like I ain't never seen this many people blow their Achilles out. Like this is getting crazy. So it's something somewhere that is causing this phenomenon, and it's gonna be interesting to try to figure this out.
I didn't even know Sydney. I forgot her last name. She Colston. I didn't know she jacked her ACL up too. Or no, her ACL. And I'm like, I just seen her post surgery and stuff, and I'm like, that's crazy. The injuries are all over. So Benji, I don't know if you're gonna have the stats that you think you're gonna have, but at the same time, we're gonna see how they work out for the season.
Yeah, long as I get to a Rams 49er game this year at SoFi, because I still haven't been to SoFi. I don't know.
Is it a home game?
They do have, because remember we played the Rams twice.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And one out here, and I'm like, I got to get to a game out in SoFi because I still haven't been to SoFi. I'm like, what the heck am I doing? I'm tripping. I don't know why.
Usually that's a guy's day in my world because there's the 49er fan and then he's the Rams fan. So the guys, they leave. And then I just hear all the crap talking. And I get the phone calls and the FaceTime of them arguing in the stands, but going back and forth about their teams. But so I don't go to the Rams Niners game because that's guys' day. But outside of that, I'll be at other ones. Although the Philly Rams game is in. Is it Philly? No, I want to go to the Philly Cowboys game, but I got to go to Dallas for that. And that one, I wanted to go to Dallas for that one, but traveling is light this year for me with all the happenings. So we'll get there.
Yeah, definitely understand that. And I'm looking forward to the season, even though I don't feel like we're gonna have much success. But if we do, I'd be surprised. Because like I said, I'm a realist, right? I don't live in that world of we're going to the Super Bowl every year and thinking that.
Yeah.
But I will say this, and people make this point all the time, and I think all teams think this and all fans think this, and people say the Cowboys think they're gonna win the Super Bowl every year. What team doesn't? What
Yeah.
team goes into the year saying we're gonna be terrible this year? Every
Yeah.
team that's competing wants to compete for the highest achievement in the sport. Nobody goes out and says we want to suck this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, stop saying that. Stop saying that about the Cowboys or any team. They all want to win a championship. That's why you play the game, to
Yes.
win.
Now,
Exactly.
I will say this. I don't expect Washington to be as good as they were last year. They played a lot of terrible quarterbacks last year. So I don't expect them to be the same team. I actually think the Cowboys will make the playoffs this year. Eagles, Cowboys, because we know the Giants going to kind of suck. But I actually got those are my two picks out of the NFC West.
Okay. Well, we will see.
Well,
And
yeah,
we
we for
will
sure going. So
definitely revisit this conversation at a later date. All right, so staying in this sports lane, we want to talk about the WNBA for a second because, again, I don't care what people say. People talk about the WNBA negatively. The WNBA is still on fire. Caitlin Clark has been injured, and the WNBA has still been on fire. They
yeah.
still have people watching, still people, tuning in because I think people see that these girls can hoop, these ladies can hoop, and they're competitive and they're highly skilled. Now, I'll say there are there's footage and conversation of people like Asia Wilson saying she could beat an NBA player. Now, I think you're pushing it. I think you're pushing it. But, Asia Wilson, if somebody could, give anybody a run for their money at any professional male basketball player of any league, I think it would be somebody like her or Candace Parker type of player that would be able to compete at any rate, what I'm saying, to even score buckets against a professional male player. But I saw something very interesting. And I shared this with the crew before the show, but we took a look at this. And I saw this on my timeline, and it's comparing the first two seasons of Candace Parker, Asia Wilson, and Angel Reese. Y'all know Angel Reese is very controversial in the topics because everybody loves to talk negatively about Angel Reese and her rebounds and everything that she does. But let me tell you, look at these numbers. Y'all like numbers, y'all like stats. So look at these numbers. So you can't tell me that she isn't hooping. She's hooping. She might not hoop the way you want her to hoop, but she is hooping and she's effective as far as her numbers say, right? And she's a two-time All-Star and this is her second year. So, when you put her in the conversation with Candace Parker and Asia Wilson, I think that's a little premature and I think it's a difference because to me, Asia and Candace are a different level of talent than
Yeah.
Angel Reese is.
Yeah.
And to me, I always told people when Angel Reese came out of college, when she scores, that's a bonus. Her strong suits are her playing defense and her rebounding.
Yeah.
Right. So to me, she was kind of along the lines of a female Dennis Rodman, where she played defense and she rebounded at a high clip, and anything she did offensively was a bonus. So to see her averaging a double-double is not a surprise to me. I know she had the potential, and she's got brand deals, she's got her own shoe now. So she's moving up the ladder, but I think this conversation with, putting her with Candace Parker and Asia Wilson is a little premature.
Yeah.
Asia's a different level, man. Like, just if we're just being honest, Asia's just a different level. We know Candace Parker can ball, she hoop like a dude most sometimes. But Asia Wilson, man, like you watch her and she's with Bam Adebayo, and she almost looked like him on the court the way they hoop. You get what I'm saying? So she's a baller. But shout out Paige Beckers. Let me get Paige Beckers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Paige Beckers.
I do.
Still girl, still got a little edge to her. you know, still, you know what I'm saying, ain't so corny. You get what I'm saying? It's a little mix of a little corny, a little cool, like the hold on everything, can hoop you up. Shout out Paige Beckers, because I like the way she's playing this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true,
I
true.
mean, Asia's an elite. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Candace Parker for her jersey retirement, which just happened not too long ago. But Asia definitely, she's not in the same category as the two as far as playing. Like you said, I mean Angel, my bad. Angel Reese, like she's totally different. Like I don't think it's time yet, but I do believe she's definitely doing great things. I think everybody's blinded. Everybody want to tell everybody how to live their lives. They mad she's doing extracurricular things, and they're caught up in all her extracurricular stuff, the brand deals, the me bounds, this and that, all the extra stuff. But the girl is smart. I don't know if Shaq got her under the wing and told her to put your money here, 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 and here, but she's definitely building generational wealth for herself to continue to go beyond just being on this court. So I'm not mad at that. And at the same time, she's still putting up numbers that she's supposed to be putting up the way that she's supposed to be doing it. She's not no Asia. You're not going to see that. Like, that's just what it is. But she's still putting up the numbers that she needs to for her team. So I think they need to leave the girl alone, let her continue to develop. She's going to do great still. And now Caitlyn is the different level, and I do love me some Paige, but what is it, Beckers? She's hilarious to me.
Right.
She's hilarious. I don't know her whole little demeanor. I think she came out. I don't think she did. I don't know, but if she ain't,
Corny
yeah,
little white,
She
corny
she
little white
said she said she's a stud. Like
okay. I'm like,
there's a
Paige.
video of her referring
Okay.
to herself
Yeah.
as it was her and two other girls, and they did some type of move and did the little thing. It was like the stud Avengers. I'm like, okay, so there you
Yeah,
go.
because I was a couple of times I've seen her at a few different little press things, and and I was like, okay,
Yeah, but I
like
mean,
you give
hey,
off
and
the
Right.
nobody's
vibe.
surprised. Nobody's surprised,
Yeah,
right? She is very girly. She is very girly though, and kind of giddy. Like Benji said, kind of silly.
mm-hmm.
But she can hoop, and really and truly, for young girls out there, I love to see it because let's just be honest. A lot of times in the WNBA, especially in when we were growing up, and when we were in our younger stages, and we watched the WNBA from the beginning, it was a lot of dude chicks, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it
There's
was
not a
like,
lot of dude chicks.
well, I'm
It's
just saying, like, now when you look at the WNBA now, there are chicks in there who are beautiful,
Oh
right?
yeah,
And who hoop.
yeah,
right.
Like, back in the day, there was like one per team. There was like
There's
one
a
beautiful
lot.
chick per team. Like, now there's a lot of these young ladies who hoop and that look amazing off the court, and some of them look amazing on the court. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
you're right. You're
it
right.
didn't
You're
used
right.
to be like that. I'm telling you, it
That,
was
No, I know because I remember when I hooped in high school. If you was on the basketball team, you was a stud. You had to
yeah,
be
man.
you had to have been like the dude version of it too. There's no way you were the female. There's no way. There's nothing because everybody was trying to give off this hardcore like because I guess it made you believe that you could hoop more. That the person could hoop more. I don't know this little persona that you tried to swag. I don't know, but now they're embracing the femininity behind it and still being a badass hooper, and I love that. I do love it.
Yeah.
facts.
So yeah, it's dope. So WNBA is getting this billing, and we love to see it grow. So hopefully, those ladies can continue to do their things, and hopefully they can at some point receive the compensation that they find equal or they find reasonable, because we all have jobs, and we all feel like we want to be compensated a certain amount at our jobs, whether it's right or wrong. But sometimes we got to meet in the middle. Sometimes we got to find a happy space, and hopefully they'll find that
Yeah,
soon, so we can continue to see those ladies hoop and that league continue to grow.
for sure.
Yeah. So, but I want to hop into a couple of quick hot topics that's been going on in the news lately. The first thing is Cracker Barrel, man. Cracker Barrel, they changed their logo, and it set off a firestorm of emotions of a lot of people. There are people of the Caucasian descent that are upset because they feel like the woke crowd caused this, because of the comments that people talk about Cracker Barrel and say these wild things and like wild accusations. Like one of my friends says, when you go to Cracker Barrel, the ancestors tell you don't go in there, don't you go in there. And I'm like, I've heard a whole bunch of wild stuff, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been to Cracker Barrel numerous times, and the food be fire. So I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not gonna say this, that, or the third. I just know I've been there, and the food was good. I don't have a problem with Cracker Barrel. Haven't never had any issues with it. But the fact that they changed their logo wasn't such a big deal to me because they've had the same logo for 50 years, and people change their logos.
Right.
Like businesses
Yeah.
do makeovers, businesses do rebrands.
Right.
Like, so it's not that big of a deal, but for some reason this set off a firestorm. So, and it's crazy because guess what? As of today, today that we're recording this, they changed it. They changed it back. They said, no, we're not changing our logo. We're gonna leave it as it is. It's going back to the original already, and it's only been changed for like a week. So, Trisha Michelle, what you think about this? Like, this is crazy.
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I have never been to Cracker Barrel in my life. So I'm gonna start there. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen the Cracker Barrels and the sign and whatever. I've never stepped foot in there. I didn't even know really what it was or what was in it. I had no clue until this controversial signage change here happened. So I legit had to. No, we have a group chat on Instagram. It's the ladies of the group of the men. Anyway, the girls that we all went to high school together and whatnot. One of them posts a post from Instagram, the reel, something about this dude was talking about basically kind of like what you said. The ancestors tell you not to go in there, and when you go in there, it's kind of like you fighting off slavery to get in there, to like to eat the food, and it makes it that much better. And I was like, what are we talking about? Like, so I'm like, what in the world? And so the more I watched, I learned that I'm watching like, what in the caucasity is going on here? Because
Right.
that's what this is now. Got it. So then I'm like, so my friend put underneath it, I'm I'm upset too. So I wrote her, I said, why are you upset? Why does this matter? Like, why does this, what you upset about? So then my other friend chimes in and they say, basically, the fact that the food is good and that they need it to look like they're somewhere that they should not be because it feels that much better when they go and eat. That they are getting to partake in the white man's world and sneak in and get the great food and get out of there. And I was like, is it really this good? And they said, and you just now here you go without knowing that my people said that, and you said it's good.
Right.
So now I'm gonna have to step my foot in this place that shall not be with the caucasity and give me some Cracker Barrel. But, I
It's
mean,
it's good home cooked, like tasting food.
yeah,
So,
I'm gonna have to check it out.
yeah, like I said, I mean, I've never had any issues with it. I've never had any of the issues where, we go to the places and the workers there treat you adversely. Yeah, when you walk up, it's a little old schoolish with the rocking chairs out front, the big table with the checkers and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And they have the little store on the inside that's kind of a old school vibe in the store, and they
are they
sell,
selling like whips and chains or?
no, they still like, t-shirts and
Oh,
candy and, like a old store. So, I mean, it's a pretty decent vibe in there. But I mean, yeah, it is kind of, old schoolish, so
I'm gonna check it out.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though. I couldn't, and then that's the other thing I told them when staring at the logos. I couldn't have told you which one was the original one or the new one. I still had no clue there, so I was like, okay. And then someone said it's a noose or whatever that's going around the Cracker Barrel. To me, he's sitting kind of feminine over there, so I was like, well, let's kick him off there anyway. He needed a little swag to him, so I didn't care. So
Well, I think somebody was saying I saw another post that was talking about I guess, the picture and who the guy was in the picture. And I
Who
think
is
it's kind of
he?
like where they talk about, the presidents and, the people of past and their past histories with different stuff. And that's why they took the statues down. So that's why they changed the logo. So I don't know. Either way, I've been in there.
Do we
I
care
enjoyed
that
the
much?
food. I don't care. So
Okay.
it's something wrong with all these people in these higher up places at every chain, at every brand
Look,
you touch. So it's just part of what the world is now. So you just have to deal with it and keep moving.
typically, restaurants, things, entities that made large amounts of money were used to mask up some type of wild behavior or something that they was doing or shouldn't have been doing, or the owners was involved in this, that, and the third. So I mean, hey,
happens to all of them. It's out there. So
are they out there chaining up Negroes right now?
Nope.
And I think they said the person that changed the logo, another thing was behind it was the person is like LGBT, like LGBTQ. Let me not leave it out.
Nice.
Fluid, and so I think that was the other thing behind it. Like they were mad about that, especially with the wokeness. That was the person that decided to change it. And I was just like, oh my God, can y'all just go eat a meal and shut up?
Facts.
I mean, it's weird, but at the end of the day, like from a stock market standpoint, their stock plummeted like crazy. They lost 300 million or something like that, right? But in the stock market, when you do changes like that, when you shake things up like that, that brings in more investors because now now all of a sudden, let me get this stock from Cracker Barrel. And sometimes we know what, honestly, race always is the line. If you want to create something crazy, you want to make something go high, you want to make something come down, you want to make something go completely controversial, throw race into it. So, this kind of felt like that, and it felt like a common marketing strategy to bring in more investors because instantly you see what happened. Their stock went back up, and now they done changed the logo back to what it was. So it seems somewhat strategic to me, but all I heard was somebody say is don't mess with the pancakes. I don't care what you do. So, I mean, hey, I've never been, but I mean, hey, it is
I'm
what it is.
going. I'm gonna report. I'm gonna let y'all know when I go. I'm going. I'm going.
Yeah, do go. And like I said, I've been to Cracker Barrel in many states, and I've had the same experience. It's good food. So
Right.
I don't know, but hey, that's just me.
Somebody say that casserole joint, Ken, is a fire. It's a hash brown casserole, I think it's called.
Yeah, I can't remember. I've tried a little bit of everything on the menu, so
That's how
I
you
haven't
know it's
had
good
I
food.
haven't had anything that was bad. Put it that way.
Oh yeah,
I haven't
I'm
had
going.
anything that was bad.
I'm
So
going.
and while we on the subject of food, this food and these things that we consume, may cause our backs to get a little bit big. And that's been the thing the past few years. People's backs are big and they're trying to unbig their back. Well, my favorite airline who I fly every time I fly, I have not used anybody else other than American Airlines. One time when I flew to Boston in the past decade, I've completely flown Southwest Airlines. So if y'all watch the show, y'all know Big Ken always got something to say about Southwest
I love me some
Airlines.
Southwest too.
I love me some Southwest. Well, in 2026, Southwest Airlines will require plus size passengers to purchase two tickets, two seats on the plane. So now they have to accommodate for the extra space that they take up. Because if somebody is sitting next to you and they're a little bit wider than the seat, they're encroaching in your space and all up on you, and that's causing you to have an uncomfortable flight, which is understandable. But wait, this is the same company, Southwest, that in 2023 had a policy that they introduced called the customer of size policy, which would grant a plus size person an opportunity to receive a complimentary seat next to them on flights that are not full. So that's the caveat. So if the flight isn't full, then that person can have a seat and then have a complimentary seat next to them so they can pull the armrest up and they can sit basically in both chairs. Now, how the seatbelt action works, I don't know.
Hey, that's
Because
yo.
because I mean, I'm not sure. And I tell people this. My name is Big Ken, but I'm not fat. Like, I don't take up 2 seats. I'm just tall. So, like, leg room wise, yeah, I struggle with that. But getting in the seat, I fit in between the parameters nicely. No spillover. My shoulders are a little bit broad, but that's about it. So I don't have issues with staying in my seated area on a plane. So I'm not gonna have to pay for 2 seats. But I have been on flights where the person next to me has been a little bit bigger and they're, encroaching in my space. My shoulders are already wide, so my shoulders are at my seat. So if their shoulders and their arms are juicy and they over there and their sides is over there, then that may make your ride a little bit uncomfortable. So I understand it from that standpoint of you're on a flight for a couple of hours, man. You don't want somebody all up on you, especially somebody you don't know.
Yeah.
That's oh man. See, I'm small, so I fit snug, so it's okay. Super cool. But can you imagine a 400-pounder? Bruh.
You called him a 400-pounder like he's an animal.
But I'm just saying, like, just go with me down this road a little bit.
I'm on it.
They in one seat. And especially if you're in the middle. Now Ken, when you get in the car with all the homies get in, what's the spot none of us want?
You don't want to get in that middle, man.
Wants the middle.
You don't want to get in that middle. Can you imagine if a big old dude is, you know what I'm saying, he got the window seat, you know what I'm talking about, and he got one seat and you right next to him, fam?
Smush.
Bruh, that's crucial. So I get it. I understand. I ain't trying, like, it's funny and then it can't be funny because it's like if you ever in a situation, it wouldn't feel super comfortable. But bruh, I think you gotta pay for 2 seats. Ain't no way you can do that in no one seater. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way.
That's a fact. Trisha, have you ever flown like that with somebody sitting next to you that was maybe a plus size person that was taking over a little bit more of their space than necessary?
No, I've had annoying people next to me, but I have not had I'm not gonna fat shame anybody. I have not had any of the larger size individuals next to me. But I can say I want to make it to my Jet2 holiday.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
In peace and not feel like we are sitting skin to skin and I got to lean over here by the window or I'm in the aisle because like all of you was on me. And at this point, where are we going? Because I feel like I'm just too much attached to you. Where are we going? Like, because this is, I'm here for it. You want to know why? Because especially in America, as I see like, other parts of the world, we got a large percentage of large people.
Obese people.
And it is okay, because of the fact that all the snack foods, you go to my sister's in Japan right now, and there are so many other foods that are banned out there. We can't eat out there. They won't allow, like there's certain stuff, but out here, it's here. And we got cravings for sugars and snacks, and it's just big is pushed. Big back is the thing, and they push it, but then don't be big back. But at the same time, there's so many okay things. Like, who's allowing y'all to get a free seat to begin with? You should be given a little bit of like trouble, like, because then when are you gonna be like, dang, this is not okay, I should do something. Now there's the people that can't. I understand that. Thyroid problems, medical issues, other things that happen. And then that's where maybe you should be present medically from the doctor that not your diagnosis, but something then that then allows you to then at that point, you can't control that. Maybe that should be the caveat to it, that little extra little part in there for those people where that does suck and they can't do anything about it. But then the people that are just out here whose mouths are on the Jet2 holiday, then their backs is messing up everybody else's holiday, they should definitely pay more. I'm just saying. That's all I got to say. But I have yet to experience it. I don't want to. And if I do, I guarantee you in that moment, I will be asking, what can I pay to be up there? That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree because listen, I mean, through the articles that I was reading, there was some TikTokers that became famous when they came up with the customer size policy back in 2023. That felt like, you know what, you should do this for us. We deserve a different policy for us, and we deserve, we have the right to extra seat. And I'm like, you have a right to nothing. You should have a
Right.
right to the gym, a right to stop eating. Like we all just want to live life and just want to do things and not be disciplined and just do whatever, but we can't, right? Because you have to pay the price for whatever you do. Your body, I tell my kids all the time, man. I've been telling my kids this since they were little. Your body is an external receipt for what you put in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we can tell what you do, what you're putting in your body by what we see on the outside. So like you said, there are people who have, health issues that require them to, have certain requirements, extenuating circumstances where they might not be able to lose the weight. They have health issues that cause them to gain the weight and things and conditions of that nature. But you have a lot of these people that are just obese because they like to eat and they're undisciplined and they sit around, they have a sedentary lifestyle where they don't do nothing, and then they want you to cater to them. No, I don't want your meat on me. I don't want your double meats, you know what I'm saying? Pause. I don't want your double meats on me while I'm on the plane, your body heat. I want to enjoy my flight. I don't want you all on me. So the fact that you got to pay for a double seat now, maybe you need to think about that when you had that double burger. You know what I'm saying? Like make a single meats. You know what I'm saying? Make it a single meat, not double meats. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a small person, so there's sacrifices that I gotta make and things that I gotta do. You know what I'm saying, to make sure that I don't blow up. Because I'm tell you what, if I gained weight with me being a big guy, automatically, naturally, this is just my frame. I'm gonna be big as a house, and I can't. And I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to live that way. I don't want to be that uncomfortable. And I'm already uncomfortable in a lot of spaces because a lot of places don't have leg room. So I understand the accommodation for people. So if they told me, Big Ken, you're tall, so you got to pay extra for a seat, there's nothing I could do about that, right? I'm the height that I am. So if I had to pay extra for a seat, I would just have to pay extra because I can't do nothing about how tall I am. So I get that. But if you got the double meats on the side of you and you can lose weight, you can do something about that.
Yeah, your Arby's ass gonna have to go in your pocket and buy that extra seat. That's what's gonna happen.
All I can think of right now is just don't let it happen to me on my next flight.
Don't get
Then
kicked
it's
off
gonna
the flight.
happen.
They're gonna kick you off the flight now.
No, it's
Don't
gonna.
be stupid.
You just ask for it not to happen. That means it's going to.
It's for sure gonna happen, and I can't wait to hear the story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say something. Yo,
what
but
you gonna say?
I mean, can I move? Like, I agree with you 100%. Yo, like, can I move? Like,
well, yeah. So that's not. I'm not saying nothing to them because at the same time, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings or whatever. But I am gonna say, excuse me. Mm-hmm. How much is it to upgrade? That's just how it's gonna go, just like that. And we're gonna move.
And it's gonna be consciously in your mind now. You're gonna be wondering if some big person gonna be sitting next to you from now on. So
that's fine. They'll love it, but I won't, and I'll move.
Well, and here's the thing with Southwest right now, as it is, you can pick your seats. So you can sit wherever you want to for the most part with Southwest at this point. But they're also changing their seating policy as of next year, where you're gonna have to purchase the seat, just like other airlines, where you have to purchase a specific seat. So that becomes a little bit more of a challenge when you purchase a specific seat. When you get there and you go to sit down in your seat and somebody's sitting next to you that's undesirable in your eyes. So that's a bit of an issue. So it's gonna be interesting.
They should start requiring people to put their weight in at the booking phase. So then I can say, is anybody sitting next to me above?
Well, but you can't do that though. Let me tell you why. Because Big Ken is 300 pounds.
That's
but
true.
when people see me, They be like, "There's no way you're 300 pounds." I'm like, "Yes, I am 300 pounds." And they're like, "No." I have people that argue with me and tell me, "No, my cousin is 300 pounds, or I'm 300 pounds. There's no way you're 300 pounds." But I'm like, "Your 300 pounds is meats. My 300 pounds is frame and a little bit of muscle. So it's a different composition. And plus, I'm 6'5", and if you're 300 and you're 5'10", it's a little bit different."
Right.
That's true, because I've always had the weight issue where I don't. The weight is not with anybody. I would do the thing at Six Flags or at theme parks on purpose because you're never gonna guess my weight.
So see that you can't do. So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting, and I can't wait to see the flack that comes from, because there will be some issues.
Oh yeah,
there will be some pushback.
The backs will be bigging and mad.
Hey, can you imagine if somebody did a protest and it was just all big bag people that bought tickets to one flight?
It's going down.
Mayday, I'm going down. It's gonna happen.
It's going down.
It's gonna be like the LGBTQ community. They're gonna be protesting like a mug. Like, hold on, what's going on here?
I'm with Trisha Michelle. That flight gonna be heavy.
Oh, they can have that flight.
Okay.
You got it.
You can have that.
You roll up to get on the flight and you start looking around. You're like, wait a minute.
Turn right on around and walk right on out. Absolutely not.
Oh no. I'm gonna get what?
Delta?
Let me get another flight.
Delta. Somebody. I'm going. What's the other one?
Frontier.
She gonna fly Spirit. No, she gonna get on Spirit.
I'm going to Spirit. I'm going to Spirit.
Spirit
will never.
Spirit had a Category 5 hurricane and made it out all right. I'm trying to
listen to me. I told y'all this last year, somewhere on last season, when we talked about this stuff. Spirit was the only airline so far that you have not really heard nothing about when it comes to malfunctions, situations, crashes, dropping, anything. And so, at the end of the day, I mean, we kind of just talking mess about them because they're the thrift store of the plane, brands. But at the end of the day, they giving Tarjay when y'all talking about they, hand-me-downs. I might have to.
I'm just saying, Spirit. Yeah, on my flight to Dallas, I'm flying Spirit. I'm just telling you straight up.
Well, Spirit's not an option for me because I can't fit. So it's just that's the issue for me. I don't care about Spirit, the brand. I like the pricing that I see. I just even their first class seats, from my understanding, I know people who are shorter than me that said even their first class seats are, pushing it. So I'm
I think it's a wider seat. It's not way more legroom.
It's not legroom. So
they got newer planes now, so I don't know how that's going. And who the heck said, wait, ain't one of these suckers about to do something where y'all got to be standing up on a plane?
Oh yeah, I think that was Southwest. So was it?
No, it's not Southwest. It's not Southwest. I don't know what plane, what plane company that is.
I hope that was AI that I seen, but somebody posted and I seen it somewhere. But that's
it. Got to be. It got to be AI.
There ain't no roller coaster ride nowhere.
Right.
No, it got to be AI. That's against the aviation rules.
Who the hell want to stand for a whole flight anyway?
I mean, if it's like
space on
legs won't stay like bad knees locked. People gonna be passing out.
Yeah, I don't know, but if it's like a 45-minute to an hour flight, quick flight, maybe.
But okay.
If you like a 3-hour flight, 4-hour flight, nah.
That turbulence on the legs wouldn't be. I don't know about that.
That would take a step and buckle.
You better get your squat. You better get the squat game up.
Hit the gym, Benji. Me and Big Ken, we in there. Well, he's doing his thing, but we in there. We on our outfit.
Hey, I've been on mine. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just catching up.
Your belly was giving a little bit of what you think your daughter is giving.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? We was living good. You know what I'm saying? We still poke that thing out there. You know what I'm saying?
Don't need an extra seat now.
Cholesterol is good. Sugar is good. Blood pressure is good.
But those numbers be good for a little bit before it give in when it was already showing signs. So don't let the numbers lead the way.
Doc said I hit 210 and I went to Ken. The Ken route. I was like, where's the weight? I ain't got like what the heck is going on? But it you know what I'm saying? All the numbers came back legit and healthy. So I just did a little control, little joint, you know what I'm talking about? So and instantly lost like 10 pounds. So this is
You had Ozempic.
huh?
Now he got that Wegovy.
Oh, you got Wegovy. Oh.
Oh no. Forget that Wegovy. You go to the holistic doctor and you get these nice little sugar control pill. Curves your sugar craving like legit. Now you gotta pay for the holistic doctor. She gonna run you $400, you know what I'm saying, to do, you know what I'm saying? But she gonna give you the stuff exactly that's gonna hook you up. Sugar control pills, curb your sugar craving, boom, weight come off like
The
that.
fact that I'm gonna have to pay her $400, it already curbed my sugar craving right there, because I don't want to pay her that $400.
Facts.
I want that
And
sugar.
the sugar. Goodbye.
Facts. I'm good on that. But like I said about the intermittent fasting, like I think it's just a lot of people just lack discipline, and once you get into that mode and that you know on a roll where you're just you're doing it every day and it's part of your lifestyle. It's not just something you do; it's part of who you are. Then it
Right.
becomes very easy to do. So yeah. So but yeah,
We're gonna
we
put up the boxing routine real quick. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be all right.
yeah. I bought me some gloves and a speed bag and stuff like that, and I just put it up. So that's gonna become part of my routine as well. Just trying to get that cardio up and just trying to get back in the swing of things, man. Can't hoop no more, but I definitely want to be in much better shape. All right, let's shift gears a little bit, man. We got some scenarios we want to talk to you all about real quick, man. We got this new segment and it's called Pick a Side. And I'm gonna read you all the story, and you gotta pick a side here. You can't be in the middle. You can't be like, well, this right here, but this one over here. You're gonna have to pick a side. Who's right, who's wrong, and let's talk about it. So,
Let's do it.
all right. So today's pick a side scenario is a woman asks her children's father to bring her kids some Chick-fil-A. The kid said, hey, we got taste for some Chick-fil-A. Let's ask dad, can he bring us some Chick-fil-A? So, of course, they don't stay in the same household. So she asked the father to bring the Chick-fil-A. The children's father shows up at the house with groceries instead. Instead of the Chick-fil-A, he brought groceries. So he chose to spend the money that would have been spent on the Chick-fil-A, spending on some groceries instead. Bought a lot of groceries. And the child's mother was livid. She was upset. So, is she wrong? Is he wrong? Pick a side. Benji, what you doing? Who's right? Who's wrong here?
I'll say that's a tough one, but you are asking him to spend his money, and he might not like Chick-fil-A. I get it. It's not for him. It's for the children. But if you're gonna go out and spend your money, and you're not a proponent of your kids eating fast food, which in a lot of cases, a lot of moms do buy their kids a lot of fast food, and they eat it like crazy throughout the week. So if you're pops and you've been advocating like, I don't want to eat fast food, and you're not a fast food cat, and you just like, I'm not doing that. So I went and bought you some chicken and some lettuce, cook it, boom, here you go. I'm on the dad side. I'm rolling with that because me and fast food, it hadn't been as good to my body as, over the years. So I know how bad it actually is. I used to work for a lot of these joints. So I know it's not good for you. So I'm on the dad side. Moms can be mad. She can be mad. It ain't like we got to see each other all the time anyway. But go on and cook that sandwich for them children and we'll be straight.
All right, Trish Michelle, what you think? Whose side you on?
Let me ask a couple questions first.
Mm-mm.
Did she say
ain't
she
no
was
more
out of money?
details.
I gotta remember. I don't remember.
Ain't no more details. This is it. It's like what you heard me say is all you got to go on.
Okay.
Pick a side.
So I'm gonna say this. I will. You didn't choose right away. I will say that I'm not sure the conversation they had together, if she said she was broke or whatever, didn't have the money for this, that, and the third. So based off of what I'm assuming, I'm gonna choose the dad, because if you express to me that you're low on funds and can you get the kids some food, or that you can't, or whatever, or if you're buying for a lot of people, or you don't want to just get your kids something because there's other kids in there that aren't yours, you're trying to think of everybody. At the end of the day, if you spend the money properly on groceries, you could do spaghetti and a bunch of other things that could feed the whole house and that could stretch over multiple meals. Then getting Chick-fil-A, which is just a one time, like we were already talking about cravings and stuff. You craving fast food, it's not really what they need to be eating anyway. Like, let's get a couple of meals out of this. And he's spending his money. So hopefully there was some jargon in there that said, I'm not going to do Chick-fil-A, I'm going to get some groceries. But if he got it anyway, she mad. At the end of the day, he didn't have to do shit. I mean, anything.
Right.
But he didn't have to do anything. Like, he could have just got his kid, picked his kid up, got his kid to get something to eat real quick, dropped the kid back off, did his part that he was supposed to do, because I think he said he only got one kid, if I'm not mistaken. All the kids ain't his.
They're all his kids.
Oh, they're all his kids. Well, is he in the house?
No.
Oh, well, he could choose to not be worth a dime, but he could. But he did. He showed up and he provided for the whole entire house. I think this is going down the road of these women that demand certain things, and if you don't do it, you ain't crap. But he still showed up and did something even better to me. And he's not gonna get that acknowledgement because she want what she want, and and I'm tired of those women. I ain't gonna lie, so I choose him.
Yeah, so I'm with the dad, and I understand the kids got a taste for Chick-fil-A, but I'm gonna be honest with you, there was a lot of things I had a taste for as a kid that I didn't get, so they'll be just fine. They'll be just fine, right? Because my mom cooked all the time, and there was things that we would ask for, and she would just flat out tell us, "No, I'm cooking at home." So the kids have to understand, number one, that they're in a space where they can't get what they want all the time, right? Kids have to understand that, and so they don't grow up into adults who are spoiled and think that things are supposed to go their way all the time.
Right.
So, but yeah, he did an admirable thing by going and buying groceries, and probably instead of providing one meal that just went for that night, maybe he was able to buy some things that maybe stretched a couple of days. So it actually probably saved her some money and allowed her to stretch, some things out. But at the same time, I know in her eyes, she might have been thinking, I wasn't planning on cooking nothing. And now I gotta cook. And instead of just handing out, a bag with, with food in it. And I ain't gonna lie to you, at a point, sometimes we just get up and be like, I want some Chick-fil-A today. So I get it, but I'm with the dad. Like, do what's best for your children. And sometimes the mom, and you're not in that household, might not agree, but you still have to do what's best for your kids from your standpoint.
Yeah, I agree. Kids can't be calling no shots. You got Chick-fil-A money? Because if you ain't got Chick-fil-A money, don't be telling me what you want to eat.
It's facts.
Fact.
That's a fact. All right. So the next thing we got up is called Would You Rather. So this is going to be a very interesting scenario every episode, because I'm going to find some stuff that makes you make a hard decision. I'm gonna make it very, very difficult. So okay. So this segment, Would You Rather, today is, you find out that your significant other was cheating with someone they had an emotional connection with, or would you rather for them to have somebody who they just had a physical connection with? Would you rather? Trisha Michelle, which one?
Physical, hands down.
Jesus.
Okay, so why just the physical?
Physical's temporary. Looks are temporary. They change, and they can change quickly. She could be big back the next month. But emotion, that is something that I'm not feeling somewhere in there, and I don't possess the ability to do so, or whatever the case may be. That's different. And some emotionally, you can't even learn some of the stuff that person might be connecting to, because you so embedded in the person that you are right now. Like that man gone half the time. Man or woman, half the time gone. Physical, And I'm not saying it's just because I ain't big back and I ain't, stacking like I ain't lacking. I'm for real. Like physical, that come and go. Like that's easy work. The other stuff is hard, man. I take physical for sure.
Okay. All right. Benji Banks, the man of the brand. Talk to us, man. Which one you got?
I kind of agree with Patricia wholeheartedly because the physical can change. But if your mind is wrapped up in the physical, but listen, both of them ain't working. But I got to weed out the one because physically, if your type is 6'6", 6'7", you know what I'm saying, bald, beard, you get what I'm saying, all of that, what, and that's what you rocking with, that's gonna stick with you just as much as anything anyway, because that's what you physically attracted to. And no matter if they get, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of weight on them, you still like the certain features. So physically, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I'm gonna go emotionally because not that it's a good thing, but at least I know emotionally, like I don't have to deal with you. Like I'm
Well,
good.
so okay, so let's be clear here. So
Yeah, I'm
you
lost.
have to pick which one. So would you rather for
The
her to
emotion,
have an emotional connection with the dude or a physical or just a physical connection with the dude?
I'll go with the emotional.
So you
That's
would
what I'm
rather
going.
your significant other have an emotional connection over a physical connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason I'm saying that simply is because I at least know where your mind stands at. You get what I'm saying? Like I know emotionally this is who you connected to. Neither one of them really are good in the mind state of your significant other, but I'd rather know mentally where you at. You get what I'm saying? Because then I can say, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm good. All right, peace, deuces, bye.
Yeah.
Because I know where your mind.
I
So
mean,
yeah, that'll make it
your choice, but I will say to your thing, like if someone like 6'5" and they want them to be this and that, my stuff's
right.
different though for forever. 6 foot 200 pounds. If you don't top that or meet that, she didn't want to talk to you. And I'm
Right.
talking fresh out of high school. This used to be her I think AOL handle or something. Like say it was 6 foot 200. Like, like and right now she is engaged to 5'11"
Yeah,
and
I met
like 22 something, whatever. Yeah. You met, and
I met
that she talked that all the time. And I'm talking, you gotta be like, yeah, you gotta look like this and that. Yeah, you seen them, none of the above. Madly
right.
in love, best person she ever met, her best friend, like, and so I'm just doubling down on my
Right.
physical. I'd rather it be physical because those parts change, and emotionally, it really says a lot about something that a person can't give you. Like
I,
physically, you can go get in the gym. I mean, I'm not doing nothing because a dude want her versus me as far as my body goes, but I'm just saying, like, you could change that. But
right.
sometimes emotionally, you can't make that. You can't fix it. You can't be that.
What
Right.
what
So and that's why if it's physical, like it can fluctuate. It could go left to right. You can switch it up, whatever. But if I know that's where you at mentally, I know for a fact, for me, all right, I'm cool on you because I know where you at mentally.
yeah,
Like
and
I
that's what
know this, you get what I'm saying? Like mentally, this is where you at. So it settles for me, it settles my heart because I know where you at mentally.
I would prefer
Physically,
to
again,
not ever cheat on me emotionally, because then I know where you're at mentally. You here?
it's,
well
it's, it's,
I
it's a tricky situation, but I mean,
I think here's the thing with the emotional connection. I think that's to me that's worse.
Yeah,
Especially if you're with somebody and you have intentions on trying to stay with them, like
yeah.
that's a battle. That's an uphill battle you're fighting because most people don't have the capacity to seriously love two people, right? Or be
right,
in love with two people. Like that's a battle. Right now, if somebody just smashed one time, that might have been a physical attraction thing. It might not even been good. It might have just been something they did,
Just the booty
and
was jiggling, and they wanted to
yeah,
see it jiggle a little
they
more.
just did
right,
that, and then but And I'm gonna tell you like this: from a guy standpoint, it's a little bit different than maybe from a female standpoint. Because if it's a running joke on social media when they be having those memes, like, man, he had your girl like this. Think about that before you take her back. And he had her
I mean,
folded up
yeah,
like
mentally,
he
that's
had her
hard to get
folded up like a
around.
pretzel, and he
Right.
had
And
her
you're
bite.
all like this.
He had her biting the
Right.
sheets. You know what I'm saying? Like, like that's a hard thing mentally as a guy because
Well, it does
we're
something to
wired to
y'all
be
mentally,
competitive.
emotionally, and pride.
Yeah, we
Uh,
wired to
uh,
be competitive, and to think that this guy had her like that, to accept that back, that's hard too. But if I had to pick, and that's the scenario, would you rather? And
Yeah.
it's somebody who I really care about.
Yes.
I would rather have them, you know what I'm saying, do just the physical thing, because at least that might be something we could get over. But the emotional thing, it's an uphill battle, and it's probably not gonna happen.
and
That's what I'm saying.
I agree 100% because you got to go through all of those scenarios. It's just me. I'm quick and decisive. So if I know that's where you at emotionally, I'm good. I'm exit stage left because I already know where you at mentally. And that for me, that's why it settles because I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm cool. I know so and so did X, Y, and Z. I know where you at in your mind. I understand it. I get it. It just makes it easier for me at that point because I'm like, all right, cool. I dig it. Instead of you just being like, well, I'm physically attracted. That was just a one-time thing. You get what I'm saying? That to me can fluctuate, like Patricia said, back and forth because you might like cakes one day. You might like you know what I'm saying, the Tiggos one day. You might like a pretty face one day. So I'm like, I get it. I understand. But for me, yeah, let me dip on that emotion you got running because, yeah, I'm cool on that.
So you wouldn't rather someone cheat on you with something that you could just get over. You would rather them cheat on you with something that you'd have to run from.
No, I'd rather well in the hindsight, I'd rather a person not to do either one,
I
period.
mean, of
But
course, because they
it,
they can do it, but they ain't gonna be here.
in my world, decision making is like how I process it all. Like, cause I'm like the solution oriented type of cat. Like I always think, what's the end game to this, to everything I deal with? What's the end game if I give you 10 grand for this business? Like, what am I gonna have to do? So I'm processing all of that. But at the end of the day, for me, I'm gonna say, okay, if I do this, how is it gonna come out for me? And if I can rationalize it and say, well, you just made it easy for me because you slept with somebody that you emotionally attached to. And I know you're not getting over that. So boom, exit stage right, have fun with your life. And I'm process it that way and I'm dipping. That makes it easier for me. And that's just kind of how I process kind of mostly everything in life.
The quick way out. Got you. I feel you. You don't want to deal with
Yeah, I got to dip. I ain't hanging around to let you. I don't want you abusing me for 30 years, Negro. You get a couple years with me. You get 6 months with me. You get what I'm saying? It's too many honeys out here for me to be tripping off of you like that. What, man? If you don't exit,
man.
if you don't get up out of here.
Cole, you are a gem because clearly don't nobody make it.
All right, man. I think we all agree on that one. And like I said, these are some hard decisions, but we're gonna be hitting y'all with these scenarios every episode and making you think a little bit, man. So make sure you get in the comments. Make sure you let us know where you stand on these topics, man, because we're interested to hear your thoughts and to see how you all see things, because you might just be seeing things just a tad bit different than what we see.
Facts, facts.
All right, y'all, it's time for us to wrap this thing up. It's time to roll out. We appreciate you tapping into the Fiyah Session. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss a session. And drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. We thank you for your support. And y'all holla at us, man. Follow us on all social media platforms. Just type in FIYA8 session and we'll pop right up. If you go to the Fiyah Session page, you'll be able to have links in there that will lead you to Trish Michelle, that will lead you to Big Ken, that will lead you to Benji. And you can follow us individually. and keep supporting us and keep supporting the show. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all already know it's the Fiyah Session. Peace.
Deuces.